Hello YouTube. Today I'll be reloading the 223 Remington with the help of my Lee Handpress. Disclaimer, this is just a instructional how-to video. This is what works for me. It may not work for you, so please read the instructions from whatever manufacturer that you decide to use. Now, so basically don't blame me for any stupid shit that you might do. Alright, enough jibber jabbing. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. First thing we want to do is inspect our case. Make sure that it is in good standing order. No cracks, burrs, frays, any of that stuff. That looks good to me. A couple of weeks ago I loaded up a cartridge to the maximum load data available, and this is what happened. As you can see, not too good. It almost blew up. Now if I would have had that at your face, in which I did not, had it off to the side, but that's what it looks like, and that's what can happen if you exceed or get to the maximum capacity. So please always start at the minimum. First thing you want to do is lube your case or your cartridge. A little bit of this stuff goes a long way. What I'm using is the Imperial Size Dye Waxing. It's a good brand. I recommend it. Something else that you can also use is DCL, Dillon's Case Lubricant. Also good. There's many out there. You can use what you like. So let's start that over again. A lot better. Okay, so that sized the cartridge and decapped it. I don't have anything there in there at the beginning, so there's nothing in there to take out. Next thing you want to do is size the neck with the Colette neck sizer, and that's this one here. We're going to do this a couple of times. Alright, so same thing. Alright, so that is sized at the neck. Now, most of the shit that I find is at the range, so I always use the full length sizer first. But if it's coming out of your rifle and is being fired, it's always best to use just the Colette sizer alone. Because what that does, it just does what it states, the neck, this part only. It doesn't fuck with the body. So in other words, you get the longer shell life, I guess. Okay, next order of business is to remove that. And what we're going to want to do is size the case. Now if you got one of those fancy sizers, you know, congratulations, good for you. I use what I got. So right now I'm going to use my drill. And what you need for this is the lock stud, and then the actual shell holder itself that comes with it. Each one is specific, so you gotta be, this is the length gauge, and I got the cutter ball as well. It's better handled. Alright, so all we want to do, it stops cutting when it's ready at its size, so we're good. Get our chamfer tool next, and give this one a spin. Alright, next thing we want to do is get the outside now. We turn it around, and that just smooths it out. Next thing we want to do is get our primer pocket cleaner and just clean that area up a little bit, make it look nice. Get all that carbon and fouling out. Sorry, excuse me. Alright. Okay, so that is the finished product. It is sized, Colette sized, and deburred in the primer pocket, so it looks nice. Alright, one thing we want to do again is get our sizer back up, and this just gives better accuracy from what Lee says. So we'll hit it one more time. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, finished product. We are good to go. Put our tools off to the side. So there we go. Sized twice at the neck and once in the body. We are ready to go to the next step. Now what we want to do is we want to prime it. And I got my RAM priming unit by RCBS. And we need 3 parts. The prime holding cap unit here, the actual body, and the holder. Okay, remove the shell holder, and the RCBS one goes at the bottom. Screw on your die. Shell holder, primer holder. So we want to set this so that it's flush. And with the lock ring right here, we just tighten it up. So that's what I kind of want to see, or what you want. It's nice and flush right here at the top. Alright, you can use whatever primer brand you want. I got the small rifle primers by CCI. I like this because look how compact it is. Look at that. Compared to the other ones, which are thick. I mean, it's just personal preference. Okay. Primer up at top. Shell, your cartridge. Alright. Let's remove the shell holder because we're going to need that later. I'm going to set it at the bottom. Alright, that's our bullet seating die next. So let's set that in place. That's what your bullet seating die looks like. The adjustable top. Alright, so let's take a look at the finished product now. That's our casing, our cartridge, excuse me. And there it is, nice and prime, nice level. There we go, look at that. So we are good to go. The only thing we got to do now is charge up the case, charge it up. So for that, I'm gonna need a scale. I got this on Amazon for 10 bucks. It's the model AWS 70. Type of powder I got today is Ogden H335. You can also use 4895. They're all good, no complaints. But this is what the military uses on their rounds. So what I'm going to do now is charge it up. Now never go by this scoop, and now is a good time to show you why. So I'm going to take 1 level scoop. Oh, first of all, how many grains we're going to use? I got a 55 grain Hornady, and my load book, excuse me, I'll have to edit this. Okay, I advise you get one of these things. These are really good. 1 book, 1 caliber. It has everything load data wise is on here. So for Hornady 55 grain full metal jacket with H335 is 22.4 grains. And since we're on the subject, let me bring up the Hornady specs. So the following bullets can be used: 40 grain bullets, 45 grain, 50 grain, 52, 53 grain, 55 grain, 60 grain, That's everything by Hornady. So every model, let me show you just quick how that looks. And that's your load data. That's how it looks. It's not complicated, you know, that's pretty much it there. So that's what I'm going by. 22.4. So let's see what this scoop measures. One level scoop. 25.7 grain. That's enough to blow up in your face. So never go by what this is. I just use it to charge the shit up. So 22.4 is what we want. .3. 22.4 settled. We are good. I like keeping powder on little medication vials. It's good, better than tipping. I'd rather tip this shit over than tip this. So, you know, just common sense. I like that. Alright. Bring our loading block up. Get your funnel of your choice. Alright, we are good. Next, or last but not least, we already got this set up with the bullet seating die. And what I like to do is I like to always back up a little bit just to be sure. So, bullet that's ready to go, and this is our 55 grain Hornady bullet that we're going to be using here. Alright, there we go. One swift stroke. That's how it looks. Now let's measure it up. Let's get our micrometer out. Now the overall length what we want is a maximum overall length of 2.260. So that's what we're going for. All right. 2.388. We got some work to do. All right. Let's take it up again. .272. I like setting these like at 255, 0.255. So we'll see where we end up at. 0.261. Let's get it at 55. Well, that's close enough. 2.251 bullets to spec. Alright, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was of some use. See you next time.